Happy 4th of July. Movies I watched on July 4th. That's right, everyone. We are going to get into it. And this is a quick little segment that I normally do. And if you guys have seen the videos pop up, I pop them, I post them every once in a while over on the YouTube channel. So I want to do it here, special for you guys on July 4th. Make sure you chime in. I'd love to hear what you guys think. This is a special live one. What do you guys watch? Sound off. Number 5, and I think it's going to surprise you. I think this list is going to surprise you because I'm pretty sure a lot of you are like, oh, this is definitely on the list. This is definitely there. And I'm going to tell you, probably not. It's probably not on the list. Dan says, I'm doing the Lord of the Rings marathon on July 4th. You crazy? That's so much. I mean, it's great. That's great. But like, go out and enjoy it, man. You don't want to be out there the whole time. Number 5 is Armageddon. I love this movie. It is bonkers. It is crazy. It makes no sense. But, hey, enjoy your art. What was the lesson we learned? So Michael Bay definitely did with this one, and he went all out with it. This has to be one of the most patriotic movies on the planet. Now, a lot of people are probably like, not Independence Day. Why wouldn't that be on the list? Blah, 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 blah. And we're getting there. Calm down. So we got a lot of lists left. This is only number 5. So, but Armageddon for me is such a good one to watch because at that time, it was just very patriotic. It was just very crazy all over the place. You had these heroes against an asteroid. It wasn't like, all right, we're all going to kill each other and this is going to be crazy, which were fun movies at the time too. Listen, Mission Impossible 1 and 2, you had Face Off, things like that. But this was a movie where it was like, all right, we got heroes going up, everyday American oil drillers. I know it's bonkers, but whatever. I love it. But it's just a good time. And it really makes you feel good by the end of it. Like, yeah, I'd do it. Let's go do it. But yeah, I got to say, I really do it. I really do enjoy this. You can mix it up, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and one after the fireworks. Craziness. I gotta get to work, so I'll pick up later. Happy 4th of July. Stay safe, James. Thank you. I appreciate you. So that's my number 5. Number 4 on my list, Top Gun Maverick. This snuck in. This is a very patriotic movie without really feeling like it is a patriotic movie. But again, it's heroes out there doing the job. I loved it. I love this one in the first one. I know people are really into Top Gun and like kind of what it brought to the table. I always liked Top Gun, but I never loved Top Gun. It wasn't one of my main go-tos all the time. It was just one of those movies that, like, for me, it was good. But honestly, I think Top Gun Maverick is much better movie. It's a much better told story. I have my issues with the original Top Gun. I've talked about that. But this was such a good callback to it while telling a great story with a lot of heart. So I do love this movie. Top Gun Maverick is my number 4. Number 3 on my list probably surprised you, but I love it. Doc Hollywood. So I grew up in the ghetto. I grew up in a big city, Jersey City, New Jersey. When I was in high school, I moved to a smaller town, but it was still big. Like it was still like it was part of this big borough that's had a lot of people, and it wasn't like a intimate, quaint little town. I have that now. Now that I live in Virginia, we live in a small town, and I looked for that. Because I bounced around from city to city, New York City, LA, Orlando. I was all over the place. This was the first time when I moved to Virginia. It was the first time where I even moved to a big city, but it felt like a small town in Manassas. Now I'm out in Winchester area, and it is very small. It's very quaint. It's very beautiful. I always loved that. I love that feel. And Doc Hollywood gives me that feel. It's a wonderful movie. Michael J. Fox is fantastic. And Woody Harrelson, Julie Wagner, Bridget Fonda. Everybody was just fantastic in this movie. I think it's great. It's a fun movie. It's different. It just has that down to earth, homely feeling of a small town, like just kind of enjoying it with a big city guy in there. I just love it. I think it's a fantastic movie. And 4th of July, I think really works. So my number 2. Well, let's see what the comments are first. AJ says, better asteroid movie, Armageddon or Deep Impact? Armageddon, all day long. All day long. Armageddon. I can watch Armageddon any day of the week. Although I have a bad rapport with Deep Impact. So that was my nickname in high school, but not for why you think. We'll get to that. Remind me of that after, AJ. My number 2 on this list is The Sandlot. Sandlot has probably one of the greatest 4th of July scenes ever caught on camera, with Ray Charles, America the Beautiful playing, and the kids all rushing off from the party to go to play baseball because they know the sky is going to be lit up and they can play a night game in their Sandlot. But when they stop to look at those fireworks and the wonder on this kid's face, it brings you back to childhood. It is no greater feeling than what you're getting from that movie. And especially, it takes place in the 60s, but growing up in the 90s, 80s, 90s, like this still had a lot of feeling. We still did a lot of those things, and there was still a lot of childhood there, that if that's what it felt like. And I absolutely get that nostalgic feeling when I go back to it. It's such a great movie. And that whole point, that whole aspect of the movie, the whole movie is fantastic, but that right there is very 4th of July, and I think one of the best representatives of 4th of July in movies. That is why it's on my list, number 2. AJ says Doc Hollywood and Secret to My Success, 2 underrated Michael J. Fox movies. Yes, Bright Lights, Big City too, another good one. All right, and my number 1 is going to be one that you guys know had to be on this list. I never grow tired of it. I absolutely enjoy it every time, and I have to watch it around this time of year. I can watch it anytime during the year, but this time of year especially, because it just works. It fits. It's Jaws. Why wouldn't it be Jaws? That movie is perfection. Dan and I, we disagree in certain elements, but the filmmaking in that movie, all throughout, yes, Dan, I'm said it, all throughout, from beginning to end, is truly perfect filmmaking. In a movie that was run amok, that did not work on any element, that the director hated making, and Steven Spielberg, he hated making it. I remember, so Tom Allen was a sound teacher when I went to college, and he was a really nice guy, older dude. He worked 2 weeks on Jaws, and he would tell stories about all the movies he worked on, because he did a lot of stuff. But we had to ask about Jaws, because Jaws was such a great one. So when we were sitting there, and like, so what was it like? He's like, well, I filled in for 2 weeks, back then, and he's like, it was kind of a shit show. And excuse my French, but yeah, he was like, there's just too much craziness, so much, but he's like, I really enjoy working on it though. He liked it. So he's on the plane ride back. Now this is towards the end of the movie. He only did 2 weeks on the movie in sound. And he is he's on the plane ride back, and he realized the movie was finished. They were doing the big ending, and that was it, like where they're going to blow up the shark. And he's on the plane, and who's on the plane with him but Steven Spielberg? And he said to Steven Spielberg, well, this is what he told me now. He said to Steven Spielberg, he's like, don't you have the big shot with the shark blowing up today? And he goes, yeah, they can handle it. I can't handle this movie anymore. I'm out of here. It's insane to think that happened, and Steven Spielberg was just that done by that point. But I always liked that story that he told. I thought it was really a lot of fun. So I want to say thank you guys for enjoying or not enjoying my 5 takeaways on films. I'd love to hear what you guys think. So make sure you sound off and let me know. But yeah, that's my 5 takeaways, movies I watched 4th of July.